Welcome to the Icaran sector. Welcome to my Orktober video for this year. And today we're going to turn a Death to Killer Wartrike into a Death Killer Deathcopter. So this could be an interesting challenge. So yeah, I picked up this thing and I got an idea. So I've got some fairly thick plastic card that I'm going to make propellers out of. And I got some cone-shaped tubing, which actually comes with instructions for cutting it down. So we shall see. So I'm thinking a nice big propeller out the top. You can bring his arm down a bit. Maybe a smaller ones out the front. So take off the wheels, try and figure out how to hide that fact. I mean, this bit looking forward without the wheels might still be quite a cool effect. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've never built one of these ones before, but I just had a plan. So let's have a look at the sprue. All right, so let's pull it. Oh, it's got a tray. It's got a tray. Yeah. That's kind of convenient. So it's just a single sprue in the big dish. Now, normally my orcs have just got a green base, but I might give him something a bit special, put some grass and effects on it. So that looks like the body. All right. His arm is looking kind of fixed. Is that the driver? That's the front there. The wheels. So let's see see if we can figure out. So since we build up the main chassis first. Okay. So we get to that. If we can get to that point, maybe we can figure it out. Okay, so it comes up to there. So I think we might probably just fix that bit onto the side there. Should be fairly minimal conversion. Where's this point? Okay, so it goes in. So actually, there might be space to bring out the helicopter blade from there, rather than put the spikes on the top. What number is that bit? Oh, I see. It has two bits that fit in. Oh! It sort of goes in upside down. Oh no, there's no spikes, there are bits. So it will come in with. Oh, okay. That actually makes it almost perfect, I think. And then the orcs are built up separately. Yeah, that should be entirely doable, right? So I think we need to get to this point and then stop. Obviously, we don't put the wheels in. Okay, that just fixes it. All right, so we just skip out on the wheels there, and everything else should fall quite nicely to this point. So we'll come to here and then figure out what to do next. So we've got all the separate parts built, the little grot, the wobos and the driver, and then the bike itself. So I kit bashed some little scraps and things I had to make like a plane going forward, so there's somewhere for it to land. And the wheels, I took two leftover bits from an impulsor that come from a gladiator and attached the outside spinning disc for the wheels and attached them. So that looks fairly solid. So what I'm thinking now, either you put the one column coming out there, I think probably trimmed down quite substantially. I'm thinking about putting the Warboss. Oops, it's another kitbash bit I've done there, just fallen off. Here, normally he stands here and his arm's quite high for the blades. But if I put him here, I can bring the blades a bit lower down. Or the other option is put one blade on this side, one blade on this side, here and here, and have it sort of two contra blades going through, which probably would look considerably more orky. And that way I'd probably have to cut these at just a slight angle, so they stick out one way that way, so the blades would cross effectively there. But that is a task for a bit later on. So first, what I think I need to do is cut a circle of plastic card under here and a circle for the top, and then figure out the how I'm going to attach the blades. So like I said, I've got a long piece of plastic card that's actually quite thick as well, so I thought thickness would probably be better. So we'll trace out some shapes that I need, cut those out, and then see about assembling this for the next step. Okay, so I've got a rough idea of what I'm going for. So I've cut out the first part here, just make a base around the bottom that a good chunk of this can stick to, as well as the thing. The plastic glue has held quite nicely, so I'm thinking of, I've cut it at a slight angle and put one on this side and one on this side angled out. They're both at slightly different angles, which is fine because they're orky goodness. And then the blades will go that way. And actually at this height, he'll probably be able to sit normally and completely miss the blades, which would be quite nice. Nope. So I've got to get this cut out, and then the plastic card I got, which I thought was one thick piece, was actually varying degrees of different thicknesses. So I'm gonna take some thinner pieces and do the orky cut out, like the teeth, like motifs that they have, and then even little bits for like studs that would go through. So we can have some real fun with this build, I think. And yeah, so first thing I've got to do is test out, cut this out, and then use it as a template to make a second one, and then stick it to this part and see how that looks, and then we can build the next part from there. Okay, so we got the first bit attached, and I've got a bit on the end that I've been using to sort of sand down. I did an outline for a second one, which I need to cut out, and then I need to put a second plate of this on the top, and then see about making the studs and the extra teeth-like plates that orcs often have, and then rinse and repeat for the second one on here, and then figure out how they attach to the main chassis itself. So that's the next step. Cut out this, make 3 more of these pieces, one for each side of this, one for each side of that, and then go on to the next step. Okay, so we got the first one built up and finished, with like little stud type things in, edges there, and I'm quite chuffed with that, and it will sit just slightly at an angle there. And then I need to just finish off this one. I've got it all pieced together, and that will sit at an angle like that and possibly look quite effective. And then if I maybe angle it sort of that way with it on the stand, it should look quite fun with the big jet engine pushing it forward. Yeah, well, let's go with that. So we'll finish off this one, and then we'll attach it to the main model itself. All right, so they're both finished, both ready to go. So they'll both lean out the side that way. So what we've got to do now is see how well it will attach. So it's weird how it's almost made for this conversion. Okay, that sticks quite nicely. I wonder if it's worth getting some little bits of wire to wrap around there. And then the same on the other side. Let's get that I actually completely missed that with any kind of liquid. There we go. Oop, that one's not. Is this one not taking that the other one did? There we go. Oh, no. Come on. Other side, perfectly fine. This side says no chance. Come on. There we go. If you would actually like to take properly. So, we better give this enough time to dry properly as it's having trouble sticking down. And then we can figure out if we just go straight to the spray stage or if we want just a little bit of wire or anything around it. In some ways, that might work out. Right, so we'll either come round after it's been sprayed up. Right, got the basing done. So I just sprayed that obviously in lead belcher. And these got done in Wraithbone. And I put just the alt flesh contrast down on the green. Although I think he might be supposed to be Nurgling green, but we can bring that up later on. So we'll put these to the side just now. So I need to figure out here. I might do these teethy bits, maybe a bit white. I don't know, these pads here, color in there. I'll do red on this side, and I think it was white in the picture there. Maybe try white or maybe yellow. Yeah, no, I don't know, to be honest. I'll have to see what colour takes my fancy, and then we've got to do brasses and coppers for wiring. And oops, well, that's not a good start. That's a good start. Right, well, I've knocked that off, so I need to fix that. Yeah, we'll fix that, and then we will do some panel detailing, and then jump back in, seeing how it's looking. Got some colours onto it. Some brighter yellows, the ball red, Space Wolf grey down here. What's that one? Evil Sun's scarlet on the spikes at the front, and then coppers and brasses kicking around, and whites and brasses on the top. So basically, what I'm going to do now: drown the whole thing in Nuln oil, then add in weathering, rusts, some agrax in key places on top of the rust, nickel oxide on the coppers and the brasses, and then the heat treatments on the bits here, and do some weathering and things. But yeah, I quite like that. And then obviously, key thing in the characters, and I've also glued down 2 flight stands and some of the leftover of this. So this will basically, these 2 bits go in through here, and when I glue them on, I can sort of glue a specific angle as I feel so inclined. So I need to get some grass tufts and do some things on there, but these were a bit wobbly, so I packed the soil texture paint in. It actually seems to be holding them quite sturdily. So yeah, and hopefully when everything's glued in, it will stay put. So that's where I am with that. So like I say, drown it in Nuln, and oh, I missed his screen. Should do that as well. Oh, and that bit there. So yeah, do that, and then see how it looks when it's been attacked and weathered. So we did the Nuln bath, and he's darkened things off a bit, so I guess it's the weathering and heat effects that need to be done on the back and around here to figure out. Cool to have a flame coming up. I don't know how I'd go about doing that one. Probably add that one on in the future. While I was at it, I did just finished off the base. So all my other orcs I just based in Lothan green. So I've just done that around the rim to keep it, because but I thought because it's a bit of a show model, do a bit more to it, so it'd be racing over the there. So we've got some bracken and a bit of sort of watery puddle effect and some small rocks and things that are there to, you know, give it a little bit of something. But that's pretty much that done. So only need to focus on the main model now. So I'll move that out the way. And weatherings and rusts and going to town with that. So we'll do that and see how it looks like afterwards. Alright, so we've got all of the weathering that I want done. The heat blooms on the weapons, the back. I dry brushed, or not, sponged on some black around the very extremities, and then used a little bit of silver just to pick out the very edges. I've actually glued him down to the base now. And then there got the, what's this one? Nihilak oxide onto the all the coppers and the copper underneath. So yeah, I'm happy with how that's turning out. Actually, I was a bit unsure, but once it's on the base, it actually looks pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much dried on now. So all I need to do is get the 3 riders done and done on there. So I need to do all the silvers, and probably should pull out one of my old orcs just to check that I'm getting the colours right. And then yeah, this one will be done. So I will do the 3 riders. I'll jump back in if anything interesting comes up as I'm painting them. If not, I'll jump back in once these 3 guys have done, and then we'll complete the model. Now we've finally got the 3 character models on it. The little grot oiler is already attached to it there, so he's ready to go. And then we're fairly straightforward, just lots of washing in Nullin and Agrax just to give them that dirty on the bike look, so they're very rough and ready. But last thing to do is put this all together, take a few glamour shots. And here we have the finished Orktober project. Tugla is actually suited in fairly nicely. I was worried about this guy, but he just popped in, which is quite nice. And then the, I guess the one that's the equivalent of the boss knob, riding on the back with his big claw. Yeah, that was a fun project, some new skills. I think really these could have been just a little bit shorter, but I mean, it's Orky, so it's over the top. It is always never going to be an issue. Yeah, it'd be cool to have some flames coming out the back, but one Death Killer Wartrike as a Death Copter. So yeah, wow. So I'm going to take some photos, put them on my Instagram, see if they'll come in the end of this video as well. And please do like, subscribe, follow along. We've got Kill Team bat reps, Solar Hammer bat reps, full 2-player bat reps, more painting videos as I learn and practice new skills and develop, which I'm having a lot of fun with. So we will see you in the next video, and happy Orktober.